Hi, I'm Ted Wright, founder of epicarchaeology.org, and today we're going to talk about patterns of evidence, the Moses controversy. I went to see the film last night, and I got to say, it was great. What I want to do is sort of give you a little bit of an overview. This is going to be the non-spoiler edition. We're going to talk about the production quality, we'll talk about the subject matter, and then we're going to talk about just some other thoughts that I have about it. And then we're also going to make another version in which I will give a little bit more detail, a little bit further commentary. So stay tuned for that one. If you want to see that one, we'll post a link on that one as well. So what did I think about the film? Overall, production quality I thought was excellent. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to sort of do it on a scale of 1 to 10. So what I would say overall production quality would be a 9+. Now, was it National Geographic quality? No, but it was really, really high quality. I thought the animations, and I thought the transitions, and I thought the filming was actually really done very well. They filmed on location in Israel. They filmed on location in Jordan, I believe, and also in the Sinai Peninsula and in Egypt. Tim also went to some museums in England. So those of you who don't know, about 4 years ago, 2015, the first film came out, directed by Tim Mahoney, and he runs a film organization called Thinking Man Films. And so in 2015, it was called Patterns of Evidence, the Exodus story, or Exodus, in which Mahoney explored the possibility of the historicity of the Exodus. And I was really excited to see the film. It came out in 2015 and went to go see that. I did a review of that, so there's a link that I can post for those of you who are interested in that. But my overall impression was that the film sort of left the viewer a little bit confused as to the dating of the Exodus. And that's really primarily what Mahoney explored in the first film. He actually talked about the dating of the event and when the Exodus actually happened. And they threw around some dates, and essentially there's an early date of the Exodus and a late date. The early date would be the 15th century date, so approximately about 1446, 1450 BC. And then the late date would be approximately 1250 BC during the reign of Ramses II. So they explored this in the first film. This second film, Patterns of Evidence, the Moses controversy, addresses the question of whether or not Moses could have actually written the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. And so the film sort of takes the form of a detective story. And really, it's kind of the story of Tim Mahoney himself. He's sort of on this quest to try to discover if there's evidence or patterns of evidence that Moses actually wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. So he goes on location to Israel. He goes on location to Egypt. He interviews scholars. One scholar he interviews, of course, there are skeptics that are there, skeptical that Moses wrote the Pentateuch. And one in particular I actually have some distant connection with is Dr. William Deaver, formerly professor of ancient Near Eastern archaeology at the University of Arizona. I actually studied under his graduate student, Dr. James Harden, who is now at Mississippi State University. And so he interviewed Bill Deaver. He interviewed also Chris Rolston, who is at George Washington University. Both of these scholars and there are others as well, that are skeptical of whether or not the Exodus occurred in around 1446. They're also skeptical that Moses could have written the Pentateuch. So the film digs into this question, and there are some really exciting things that you're going to see if you watch the film. So overall, the film, I would give it a 9+ score. Not quite fully a 10. There's some other little issues we'll talk about in the second review we're going to post here in just a few moments. But in any case, I would strongly recommend that you go see the film. It is a faith-affirming film, faith-building. You're going to walk away with your faith in God's Word, reinforced and strengthened. So Epic Archaeology highly endorses the film Patterns of Evidence, the Moses controversy. We encourage you to go see it. And if you want to read more about this, you can go to epicarchaeology.org. And we actually have a little bit of more of an in-depth review of the film and what it's about. If you go to our landing page, it'll say Patterns of Evidence. So click on that link and check it out. Thanks for watching.